Hello guys, Dixon Amagove here. It's a nice afternoon. Just doing some design work and I've decided to take a break. So today I'd like us to discuss about the procedure for construction projects in Kenya, or the approach for construction projects in Kenya for local based contractors and upcoming contractors and clients looking forward to build houses, but they're looking to a longer period of time. We are talking of not less than 5 years and below. So maybe you're looking forward to build a project, but you don't have all the money, you have not accumulated all the money, but you want to do it bit by bit. So I'm going to talk about it from client perspective and contractor's perspective. So from the client perspective, it is convenient because it gives you time to build with what you have, not really taking loans, because the problem with loans is that they accumulate interest with time. So you can decide that you want to build with your own money, so you save and then you build with your own money at your own time. And then another thing, it also gives you the ample time to counter check your project to ensure that there is quality in the workmanship and there is no much wastages and you are getting value for your money. So from the contractor's perspective, it's not something which is very advisable, because when you distribute the cost of construction over a long period of time, you find that the profit that the contractor can accumulate, it is going to be very little money. So it's better to divide the work into piecework. Maybe you can decide foundation, I'm going to charge this amount for labor and whatever. So this is what I like us to discuss about. So if you want to build, basically the construction project is divided into, you can say, 3 phases. So the first phase is the foundation and the superstructure. The second phase is the preparation for finishing, and then the last phase is the finishing. So when you start with the basic, the first phase, which is the foundation and the superstructure, you as a contractor, you can tell your client that because I don't know your taste of materials, or not the taste of your finishes, we can agree that I am going to charge you certain amount of money for doing the foundation and the superstructure. In this time, you as the contractor, you'll have visited the site, checked the existing conditions, and so by the time you are giving your quotation, you are sure about the figures that you are giving your client. So you can agree that doing the foundation and doing up to the superstructure, you are going to charge, let's say, 800,000, and then the client is going to buy the materials. So in that way, it protects the contractor and it protects the client, because most clients start saying that you are taking some cut from the cost of material or whatever. So just tell them, I don't know where you're going to get the material, I don't know how far you're going to source for them, but this is what I want, and this is the quantity. The second phase is the basic preparation for finishing. So here we are talking about the plaster and plumbing works. That is the preparations and maybe doing the floor. So when you reach at this stage, you can also agree that we are going to look at such a figure. If it's 300,000, you work on that. And then the last phase, which is the finishing phase, now the client, maybe they have a test, they say that we want this type of tile, we don't want the contractor to go and buy for us, we are going to buy for ourselves. So you say, we want this kind of tile, you go and buy, you bring for the contractor. We want this design for the windows, you go and buy, and then the contractor charges labor. We want this type of paint, you go and buy, the contractor charges for the labor. So this is mostly how I approach my projects or construction projects, because in the Kenyan setup or the African setup, there is no much uh, there's no much there's that element of trust between clients and contractors. So instead of you saying that you're going to handle the money for the client for the material and labor, you just let them handle that for themselves. So and then you can say, if at the end of the day there are going to be balances for materials, that balance is for the client, so the client can decide and say, if you are remaining with the 10 tons of sand, 10 tons of ballast, the client can decide, can tell the contractor, you can take that, or the client can decide, I'm going to sell. So but we are going to have another discussion on what happens when you have balances for construction materials, or how to avoid having huge balances for construction during your construction, your estimation and all that, because you can't have an exact amount, or you can say that the quantities cannot be exact. So of course we usually have an allowance of 10% for wastages. So you can it's just a mutual agreement, and it depends with how you approach it. But at the end of the day, from the interest of the contractor are safeguarded, and the capability of the client to be able to sustain the project in terms of cash flow and all that, it is also it also has an allowance. So thank you guys for today. Keep in touch for more videos, and yeah, remember to subscribe and share. Thank you.